Good afternoon and welcome in to WBON TV Live at 5 here on this Wednesday, April 23rd. I'm Michael Watkins in the anchor desk with you for the rest of the week. And on today's Live at 5, the city of Berea has a new plan to help beautify and enrich the city courtesy of a new budget put in place last week. Richmond Parks and Recreation are reminding community members about the deadline to register a booth for this year's Millstone Festival, and the Madison Southern Players are back on stage this weekend. Gage Hill joins us with the details on that. Plus, we have more on the local sports and weather for the area. But first, we begin things off with our WBON TV lead story. In front of a packed crowd at Linwood Estates here in Richmond, Congressman Andy Barr announced his campaign for U.S. Senate last night.
I'm Andy Barr, and I'm running for the United States Senate to help this president save our country.
The Senate seat opened after Senator Mitch McConnell announced that he was not going to run for re-election, and Barr has plenty of experience and seems ready to take this next step, having served in the U.S. House of Representatives for Kentucky's 6th Congressional District since 2013. In a social media promotional video, Barr said he was running for Senate to help President Trump save the country.
I'm Andy Barr, and I'm running for Senate to help our president save this great country. Together, we'll cut taxes, slash waste, and fire the deep state bureaucrats who steal our freedoms. We'll deport illegal aliens instead of putting them up in luxury hotels. And my plan for these insane DEI initiatives is pretty simple. DIE.
Barr enters a GOP race that to date includes former Attorney General Daniel Cameron. Democrats hope to capture their first Kentucky Senate win since the year 1992. House Minority Leader Pamela Stevenson is the only announced major Democratic candidate. Well, Berea Tourism is investing big money in public resources as announced in a special called meeting last week. During the meeting, Interim Tourism Director Danny Gift went down the list of proposed options for the 2026 budget that included raising grants from $10,000 per year to $100,000 per year. $215,000 will be budgeted for the Scaffold Cane Shared Use Path project, $75,000 of which is carried over from the previous fiscal year. $137,500 will be allocated for pickleball courts, which are to be located in the Berea Community Park Annex near the skate park. $125,000 is set aside for new bathrooms at the entrance of the Berea Community Park. Plus, the city will increase their investment in the beautification of the city from $35,000 to $100,000. Tourism's budget will be included in the city's 2026 spending plan, and the fiscal year is set to begin on July 1st. The proposed 2026 allocations are part of a strategy to use tourism funds to create improvements benefiting both local citizens and visitors alike. Along with all this, the city is preparing to celebrate the ribbon cutting for the Berea Gallery and Event Center on May the 13th at 2:45 p.m., and that is open to the public. Well, this morning, Richmond Parks and Recreation reminded their followers that the deadline to register as a community booth or craft vendor for this year's Millstone Festival is coming up on May the 1st. This year's Millstone Festival will take place on Saturday, October 4th on Main Street in downtown Richmond, and that day will be here before you know it. The registration fee is $50 and can be done so at the link on the post on the Richmond Parks and Recreation Facebook page. For any questions you might have or to get more information on what registration covers, you may call 859-623-8753 or email parksandrec@richmond.ky.us. And again, that registration deadline coming up on May the 1st. This past weekend, a domestic violence incident in Richmond led to the arrest of two people, one of whom was connected to a Fayette County organized crime investigation. On April 18th, according to the arrest citation, officers were dispatched to Tate Creek Avenue in response to a domestic incident. When arriving at the residence, dispatch informed police that the man involved in the domestic dispute was fleeing the scene. Officers chased after the man, later identifying him as Kenneth Harris, eventually apprehending him in a construction site. Mr. Harris, the citation states, told police that the domestic incident, which occurred between him and his wife Jennifer Harris, was only verbal, and that Jennifer ran away because she had multiple warrants out for her arrest. Police did arrest Jennifer on Saturday on multiple Fayette County warrants. The warrants were regarding an organized crime and exploitation scheme she was involved with back in 2023. According to that citation, Jennifer and 4 other suspects had conspired to commit fraud against a 76-year-old victim who is disabled and suffering from several medical issues, including cancer. Kenneth was arrested on charges of third-degree fleeing police, second-degree disorderly conduct, fourth-degree assault, third-degree terroristic threatening, and menacing, while his wife Jennifer was arrested on charges of second-degree criminal possession of a forged instrument, receiving stolen property, theft by deception, knowingly exploiting an adult by person, and engaging in organized crime. Both were lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Step aside for our first break here on Live at 5, and we've got plenty of more great local news to get to when we come back. So stay with us here on WBON TV, Live at 5.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation, and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us. Back here on Live at 5, and we have enjoyed some multiple days of near-perfect temperatures and no rain. But while that's been the case for much of the past week or so, the weather forecast is headed for a wet turn as we get into tomorrow and especially on Friday. With a look at exactly what lies ahead, we visit in with Sam Ryan with today's weather forecast.
Had a bit of sunshine out here, warmer temperatures. We'll actually see even warmer temperatures tomorrow. Now, there have been some clouds, a few storms down towards London, down to our south, and those are all making their way up here. It's riding along a warm front. So that warm front moves over us. We actually have humidity rising also tomorrow, and then some storms on the way. And it looks like they'll hold off until later part of the afternoon and into the evening, and then really continue on Friday. Friday's kind of like the main day, but we'll get some starting here tomorrow and some maybe lingering into Saturday morning. And then most of the day Saturday after that should be fairly dry, and Sunday should be fairly dry. And then hot next week. We actually have the potential of some 90s on the way. So yeah, big warm up taking place. So here's the surface map. Thursday morning, you can just notice this front next to us, and this all lifting northward, and we get into that warm, moist flow coming in out of the south. These are your garden variety type of thunderstorms, so in other words, nothing severe. Can't ever rule out some gusty winds and maybe some small hail, but they're just kind of your up and down, sort of rain themselves out, not your supercell type of thunderstorms. So that's some good news, and again, just kind of rolling through, widely scattered. Here we are at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., we see some of those kind of drifting on by and then filling in a bit more going into the day on Friday. So we'll hang out. Overnight lows waking up here Thursday morning in the upper 50s. Daytime highs climbing should be in the mid to upper 70s, around 76. Average high is 71 for this time of the year. Record high is 90. So kind of keep that 90 in mind, because again, next week I think we could end up hitting some 90s. Now, rainfall amounts are expected about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. As we look ahead, Friday, that's the wettest day, kind of tapering off. Slight cool down here Saturday, 71 Sunday, and we start ramping up. Isolated storm threat Monday, Tuesday. Going to have to watch out for some bigger storms Wednesday.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, 6 out of the next 7 days, rain in the forecast, so not a big fan of that. Folks, if you are looking ahead and you want to keep up with the daily weather, we've got you covered on WBON TV online. You can check us out on WBONTV.com for the extended forecast, or you can also find it posted daily on the WBON TV Facebook page. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably have heard of SpongeBob SquarePants. The Nickelodeon animated series has been making people of all ages laugh with its zany brand of comedy for over 25 years. Now, that same sense of humor will be bubbling up inside the auditorium at Madison Southern High School. WBON recently visited a rehearsal of the SpongeBob musical by the Madison Southern players and spoke with cast and crew. With more on this upcoming performance, here's WBON's Gage Hill.
It's a television program that has become as culturally ubiquitous as it is funny. SpongeBob SquarePants debuted on the Nickelodeon Network in 1999 and since then has produced over 300 TV episodes, 4 feature-length films, numerous video games, and pretty much anything you can think of when it comes to merchandise. One other spin-off that the animated series has produced is an award-winning musical based off of its characters and story. Originally opening in Chicago in 2016, the production has seen performances on Broadway, in Europe, and now in Berea, Kentucky, courtesy of the Madison Southern players. The High School Drama Society has been hard at work since February, rehearsing musical numbers, practicing dance routines, and maybe even getting into a little nautical nonsense. Senior Leah Ashcraft is part of the Madison Southern players and will be playing the role of series villain, Plankton. She tells WBON that although the play is at its core a lighthearted comedy, it also touches on themes that wouldn't be out of place in a college classroom.
It is kind of like a silly show, kind of with like big themes in it. Like there's like a government versus media, and it kind of has like a deeper meaning of how like regular civilians would react during this kind of crisis. It's kind of metaphorical in that sense.
The musical takes place in the fictional town of Bikini Bottom and features many characters that will be instantly recognizable to fans of the series. Audience members will even hear some familiar tunes from the long-running show.
There's one song at the end of the show called Best Day Ever. It is 6 minutes before we find out if SpongeBob, Sandy, and Patrick saved the town. So we sing Best Day Ever. It's quite a sad moment for especially the seniors. And then we also sing the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song after battles. It's kind of like a little encore.
Ashcraft tells WBON that the players have put in months of preparation and hard work ahead of opening night, and that the final product will be fun for all ages.
We've worked really hard on this show. We've probably worked harder on this show than any other show we've done. And it'll be a very emotional show. It'll be a very good show. It's very energetic. Bring your kids. It's a really fun show.
The SpongeBob musical will open at Madison Southern on Thursday night at 7 p.m. and will have showings on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can purchase tickets at the door or online at bit.ly/MSHS-SpongeBob. Reporting for WBON TV, I'm Gage Hill.
Those students work extremely hard, and to find out more about the Madison Southern Players, you can like the Madison Southern Players Facebook page. We'll step aside for another commercial break. When we come back, we'll check in with the latest sports report in the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report on the way next on Live at 5.
At Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky, we believe in treating our customers like family. As a family-owned dealership for 60 years, we offer top-notch customer service and a friendly, knowledgeable staff. From sales to service, we're here to meet all of your automotive needs. Come on in and see our new and quality pre-owned vehicles, or check us out at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Josh.
And Greg from Hicks & Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Happy anniversary, Josh.
Can you believe we've been fighting for and helping injured Kentuckians get justice and fair compensation for more than 7 years?
Yes, I can. And I hope y'all continue to trust us for the next 7 years. So if you or a family member have been injured or killed in a car wreck, a fall, or due to medical malpractice or nursing home neglect, call 859-777-7000 or visit honestfearless.com.
Kentucky, get your case done with Hicks & Funson.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 news team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from emergency management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings. And log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Back here on Live at 5, and it's now time for the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. And over the last few weeks, we have continued to build up the hype for the upcoming Suits for Seniors event set to take place this Friday. That event, hosted by EKU Football at Chenault Vineyards, is a fundraiser to raise money to help purchase suits for EKU football juniors and seniors as they prepare for life after the sport. This past Monday on the sports show, Sean Hamilton spoke to Samantha about the agenda for the evening that kicks off with a live auction that is already open for you to bid, even if you're not going to be at the event.
We've got a bunch of auction items already open. There's gear bags. There's all sorts of limited edition bottles of bourbon.
Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark. There's Willet. Some special limited edition Willet bottles. There's a full flight of Weller, a full flight of Pappy Van Winkle. I mean, there's things you can't go purchase.
Which, when you say that, for people that aren't knowledgeable about bourbon or the flights, that's what, 5 bottles?
I think
4
that's
bottles?
right. I think it's 5 for the Pappy and 6 for the Weller. So,
and a lot of people, that Weller is top shelf. Like, it is.
Absolutely.
I'm not a bourbon lover, but I know people that are, and they love the Weller and Maker's Mark.
And it's under lock and key with armed guards.
I was getting ready to say, because it's very expensive. So this flight, I mean, it's super special.
It is. Like I said, it's just things you can't just go purchase for the most part.
You just can't go to the liquor store and go, give me this flight of Weller.
So there's a lot of people asking a lot of questions about it, and we're excited to have that through some incredible generosity from people that are happy and excited to help support EKU football and the cause of the event, which is Suits for Seniors.
And give us the agenda for Friday night, Suits for Seniors. Tickets are still available.
They are.
So tell everybody, if they want to come, how to get tickets.
So just Google EKU Suits for Seniors. It'll take you right to our website through BidPal, and it'll give you all the different options there. Again, you can buy tickets to the event. You can buy just the raffle tickets for the reverse raffle that'll be taking place in conjunction with the event that night, or you can bid on those silent and live auction items. But it kicks off at 6 o'clock. I think that's what you originally asked.
Yeah.
Kicks off at 6 o'clock with music from John Lovern for a cocktail hour outside, which is an incredible musician, and we're thrilled to have him. And then we'll head inside. We'll start having food at about 7 o'clock. We've got Honey Child on the main stage.
And they played last year. I think then maybe the year before.
And they did. I think they played every year.
Yeah, they're great.
They're fantastic. There's a ton of fun. Then at 8:30 we'll kick off the live auction. The silent auction will be going on during this whole time.
Okay.
Online, you can, even if you're not there. The live auction kicks off at 8:30, and if you're interested and you want to try to bid on something, just reach out to me and we'll see if we can figure something out.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Ken DeGrant's doing the auction this year.
And he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Give you lots of opportunities to bid and support the EKU football program and our Suits for Seniors event. And then the live auction ends, somewhere around 9:15-ish probably, whenever we get done. And then the silent auction ends at 9:30, and we'll finish up the night with the last 20 names of the reverse raffle to decide who's going to win $10,000.
It needs to be me.
I'm cheering for you.
He said you can't win. It'll be me. That's what I'm going to cheer for, too. I wish it was you. I'd be cheering for you, too.
There was one year that one guy had like 5 of the last 7 tickets, and I drew all 5 of his numbers out. True story.
And I bet everybody was freaking out.
Not happy
I think I was there. I remember we were like, is this rigged? But it's not. It's not. Because we're all sitting there watching it live. It is not rigged. I can promise you that.
It's a great time.
It is a great time. So tickets are still available. Like I said, they are a tad bit more expensive than last year or the year before, as everybody, when we had Coach Wells on a few weeks ago, he says it's a fundraiser, and that is what it is. We are here to support EKU football, and like we talked about, the Suits for Seniors, getting the custom-made suits for all of the EKU seniors graduating from the football team.
And it is good food. It's not pulled pork. We're doing steak and chicken. It's ribeye, so it's
all out. It is worth the money.
Event.
And cocktails or sodas, waters, whatever you'd like to have. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good time.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
When it comes to auto service, two things are important: experience and hometown service. Hall & Sons Auto Care is starting their 20th year in business in Richmond. That's 20 years locally owned and operated. Hall & Sons Auto Care can take care of you from preventative maintenance to major engine repair. Hall & Sons Auto Care is also carrying BW towing products as well as rough country suspension and lift kits. Give us a chance to be your auto repair shop. Visit us at 209 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
I love this card.
Thanks. Go Colonels! Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
We're back on Live at 5 to wrap things up for this Wednesday, and it is Wednesday, so that means another Wanted Wednesday. The Kentucky State Police are looking for Gary M. Blanton. He is wanted for sodomy and was last known to be in the Royalton community of Magoffin County. If you have any information on his current location, please contact the Kentucky State Police Post 9 in Pikeville at 606-433-7711. He is 6 feet tall with brown eyes and brown hair, and again was last known to be in the Royalton community in Magoffin County. Well, 5 people were hospitalized following a crash in Lexington on Tuesday, according to officials. Emergency crews responded to a reported vehicle accident with an entrapment on Parkers Mill Road around noon. Reportedly, 2 people were extricated from the scene. Officials say that 5 people were taken to an area hospital, one of them in serious condition. The cause of the crash is currently unknown and under investigation. If you're watching here on Live at 5, stick around at 6 p.m. tonight. Madison Central Baseball will be hosting Henry Clay. That game will air live on WBON TV. And then on Friday night, we will have a live stream and coverage from the Suits for Seniors event from 5:30 to 6:30. Immediately following the news, so be sure to check in for that as well. For WBON TV, thanks for hanging out with us here, folks, on Live at 5.